Hi everybody, this is the Klavier and Flügel Galerie Maiwald in Kamen, Germany. Today we show you a tutorial about how to repair a Bassbridgetop, which was on this Steinway Model Z was cracked, so we do a renewment. How we do repair it, you're gonna see right after this very small intro. So here I am again. Hi everybody. Before we start our little repair video, I just wanted to tell you that you can also repair the Bassbridgetop without taking the iron frame out. You can just lower the tension on the bass strings, take them out at the back pins and put them aside, so you can repair it with the iron frame in, and afterwards directly can put it back. You can put the strings back when you repaired the whole bass bridge. Okay, so here we go. Okay, we start with taking out the bridge pins, and this needs to be done very carefully, not to break out the wood of the old bridge top, because we need the old bridge top afterwards to make the new one. That's the easiest way to do a bridge top. You will see that later. So take good care that you don't damage the old bridge top too much. Now we take the size of the bridge pins and make sure that on the new bridge top we will have the same size of pins. Do not reuse the old ones, buy new ones and in the right measure. Now we measure the height of the bridge top. That's the easiest thing to replace a bridge top, because if you make the new bridge top in the same dimension like the piece of wood you've taken off the bridge, you don't have to measure the pressure together with the iron frame and everything. That's the easiest method we show you now. So you take the height on both sides of the bridge and write it down so you've got a notice and can later remember. So now we take a thin paper, a thin white paper. We call it bread paper. You can put it around a piece of bread in the morning, and with that one, with a graphite pencil, we make this copy of the original bridge top, so we know where every hole of every bridge pin was, and that is the easiest thing to later reinstall the new bridge top. Here you can see it. You can also do it in a different way, but that's much more complicated, so we decided for the easiest way. So now you've got a complete painting of the old bridge top, which we take off now, and after we've done that we can start taking off the wood. So you can see we do it with the machine. If you leave the iron frame inside of the piano, you can as well do it with a chisel. I hope that's the right word. In Germany we say Stecheisen, a very sharp knife to chop pieces of wood off. So now he takes the measure of the height and write that down as well, so he can now do the original height missing piece as a replacement piece of wood. First of all, now that's a thing called fish glue. It's hardening very strong and very dry. That's what we put in the old bridge pins, because the glue gets perfectly diamond hard. That's very important. Don't ever use wood glue for it. White wood glue is a too soft thing for this. It needs to be very hard glue, so the new bridge pins, when it's drilled, fit very well and hold very strong. That's of importance. See, now the glue and the pieces, that's the sizzle, I hope. What's the right word? In Germany we call it Stecheisen. With that we plane the bass bridge now, take off the glue and plane it. Afterwards we're gonna sand it. Here you can see it. And now it's gonna be sanded to be very plain and equal. And after that is finished, we can start doing the replacement piece. The replacement piece in this case is a piece of maple of a special kind. We only buy these pieces of wood from Steinway. I know that Beckstein uses beech, I think, and but this maple is Canadian maple is very strong and hard, and it's also got a special kind of grain which you will be able to see later as you see it on this bridge as well. That's the whole bass bridge from Steinway, and we only cut a piece off to use it as a bridge top, not as a complete bridge. There you can see it cut off now. It's got the perfectly matching grain structure as well. And now it's thinned to the right measure. And we got small wooden working machines for that, so it's fine for us. We don't need bigger ones. So he's bringing the piece of wood to the right measures now. And when that is done, not really yet, one more time. Now he's got the right measure. He controls it. So you see that he's got exactly the same height of the bass bridge like before on the old one. Looking at the notice, don't forget to notice it. It's very important. And now we drill 4 holes in the middle of the bridge top to make it able to be glued on the bridge. You could also do it with clamps or with long sticks to the roof, but for us that's the easiest way. We fill that hole of the screws afterwards with piano shanks and shanks. Is that right? I don't know. the thing that is underneath the piano hammer, that little piece of wood, we glue it in when the screws are out. You will see that later. Now always takes care, this is a bridge on a bridge, and don't drill through it. Make sure that you don't drill through it or even through the soundboard, and that's gonna work then. Now he widens the holes on the bridge top because the screws don't need to fit there, they only need to fit in the basement of the bridge. Tock. Little bit sanding, and then we can go on. Then we'll gonna see the very, very hard fish glue again. I don't know if it's the right word, but it's called fish glue in Germany. It's something like the warm glue, and it's in the end it's very, very hard material. Good working for this process, and with a very high gluing quality. See, completely. And now we take screws and these little wooden things to be on top, so that the new bridge top, it's not gonna be damaged. So there it is, you can see it now. It's drilled. He screws it now to the basement of the old bridge, the new bridge top. So fixed, as you can see. You can also see the fish glue running down the basement of the bridge. So there was enough glue on the old bridge, as you can see here. And now we let it dry and glue. Da-da-da-da, perfectly glued together now, dried. Now we take out the screws, sometimes harder, sometimes easier. And shortly you will be able to see the new bridge top. There it's gone. Important is, if you screw it on, always do it by hand, because with a machine you could do it too tight and could break off the head of the screw, which brings you quite a lot of problems. So if you glue it on, screw the screws in by hand power, not by machine power. That's important. So now the glue, which is too much, is taken off. So we have plain sides, and afterwards my brother Frank is planing the new bridge top to the old bridge with a saw, and also with this hand machine. I don't have the English name for it right now. You can put it down in the comments. He does that by hand because he thinks possibly not everybody's got a machine to make it plain. We've got a special piece of machine and working tool which you can plane it to the ground of the bridge basement. So here it's taken off by hand. It doesn't work if you do it with the iron frame inside of the piano. Then you really have to do all with this hand working tool. So that's plain now. Let's get sanded. Other side. sanding the front of it so it's plain. The saw. Here we are. Now it drills the X screw holes and puts hammer shanks in. Again with the fish glue to make sure that it's very tight and hard, and the real basement for the bridge. It also gives it an extra security hold, which is fine with us. And also here is important, don't drill it too deep, don't drill through the bridge, don't drill through the soundboard, please. There we are. So they're cut off now. Chip. Planed with a sizzle. You have to move it from left to right or from right to left. However, don't just push against it. It may take out some of the put in wood. So you have to always cut it off. There we are, sanding again. And when that is clean and even, we come back to the kind of painting we made of the old bridge top as soon as everything is in the right size. There it is, the new bridge top. Now we just need to mark the old bridge pin holes, and that's what we do now. Cut it out and then stick it to the new bridge top. Always need to make sure that you perfectly put it where it was. So, but that's not a too hard job. That's working quite well. So when you fix it on 4 sides, you can start pointing the old bridge pin holes. There's also something special we will show you. If you do it, it gets more even, more uniform. You will see in a second. Now we clamp a piece of wood directly behind the pinhole so that when we point it, they will all be in one row exactly. So if we do the new drilling, they will fit perfectly in one row. There we are. First we do it with a very little tool. Later, before drilling, we redo it with a bigger, so we've got a wider hole, so the driller sits and fits better. So you don't come to the chance that the driller runs away or something like that. You have a very precise drilling hole then. That's it. You take the old take the piece of paper off. And now you've got an exact copy of the drill holes on the new bridge top. Da 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 da. There you are. There's one more precise possibility to do the bridge top, but then again you need the iron frame in, and you need to do some other things which are more complicated, and possibly for somebody who's not doing every day, the possibility of mistakes are much higher. And here you know exactly how many holes there are, how many holes you have to drill, and where they are. So now my brother marks the deep of the driller. So the new you measure the deep of the driller together with the new bridge pin, so it fits right in. It stands out of the wood a little bit because we're gonna sand that at the end as well to be polished nice, and it needs to sit and fit well in the wood as well. That is for the 10 bass strings now, the single ones. And so they're drilled first. You always have to take care that you drill in the right direction, the one row to the one side, then the other row to the other side, so you can fix the string very well on the new bridge top. Make sure, I'm quite sure it will have happened that somebody drilled all the holes in one direction, surely. That won't work, and it will keep away the piano from working, so make sure that you've got that in a view and under control. That's now the driller for the smaller pins. These are the holes for the 2 core bass strings, and that's drilled in the same way. Take your time, make sure that you get all the right angles and everything. In this case, slow is the new fast. Here you can see sanding again, and after sanding the bridge top, we will put on a graphite lacquer, which you can buy by every piano supplier. You put that on Steinway bridge, just are always made with graphite. Beckstein, for instance, doesn't use it, they only use the plain wood. So that's painted on now. You probably have to paint that on 2 times because it needs to be nice, smooth, plain, and enough of it. But it's a very thick kind of lacquer, so it works quite well and dries quite fast as well. So now we take a piece of cloth, polish the graphite lacquer a little bit. And yes, you can see that looks very good. Now we do the sides of the new bridge top. Like in the original, you have to go up to the half of the drill hole of the pin. So one half is still on the graphite side and the other half is on the wooden side. That is how it's got to be. If you still got the iron frame in, you have to do that very carefully with that piece of tool you've seen before. This one. You can also do the complete long area with this if you're very carefully. That's just for optic. That hasn't got, you could also leave it plain, but that's how it was, and that's what we make it again. Here are the new bridge pins now in the right size from our piano supplier Jan Piano Teile. I just name them because from time to time they send us Christmas cakes, not from time to time, at Christmas time. Other times we get some measurement tools for free with their advertisement on it. I will have to ask for some more when this video is done. So my brother is now putting in the new bridge pins, the bigger ones for the bass section, the little smaller ones for the two-core section, as you can see here. Here again, slow is the new fast. You can damage a lot if you mishit something and the hammer hits the wood instead of the pin. That is not very good, so take your time. You leave the new bridge pins a little bit out so you can sand it afterwards. As you can see, or you will see, my brother is planing it now. Take care that you put these little wooden things underneath the bass bridge, that you don't break off the bridge while hitting in the bridge pins. First part, as you can see, planed, and when the bridge pins are planed, afterwards we redo that with sanding paper, so we get a very nice, smooth, plain and shiny bridge pin in the end. That's nearly it. Now comes the sanding paper still. Wishy-washy here, you can see. Take care that you don't hurt yourself because they are sharp like a knife after being sanded. And that's it really. Take a look on the done bridge now. For bad English, you can keep it. It doesn't matter. I hope you liked it, and see you soon on other videos again. There's the perfect bridge now. That's it now. Hope you enjoyed our little repair video. And if you did like it, give us a thumb up. Subscribe our channel. And for any question, you can call us at 0049 2307 12125. And of course, this is again, it's a Hamburg Steinway Model Z. Goodbye.